I'm here today with...
Hey, it's Justin the Glue.
Why are you talking like that?
Because I'm Krusty the Clown.
You're bam, you gotta get out?
Yeah, I gotta get in, gotta
something?
get out. Hey, welcome to No Such Thing as a Bad Movie. Oh, man, the movie's not that bad, is it? This is my favorite thing. See you later. Boop.
The chair is just spinning.
Okay,
slowly.
we're ready to record.
And Justin's
here.
gone. All
Yeah.
right. And I'm Colin Cunningham, the box. Colin the Box Cunningham.
Wait, are you Lorne Michaels?
No. Actually, yeah, that's kind of how he sounds like.
It's like a sad Lorne Michaels.
It's like a Frank Langella.
Oh, okay.
You have
Yeah.
to press the button
the box.
to open the box.
Don't push the button.
So we're talking 2009's The Box, directed by Richard Kelly, the Donnie Darko guy and Southland Tales guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Whose pick is this?
This was me.
This is April.
This is a movie I've never seen.
But why The Box? Why has it haunted you? And
It kind of had haunted me.
Really?
So basically, I knew this was considered a very bad movie, but I didn't know anything about it, and it's not what I thought it was. But I was interested in it because I was like, I know Southland Tales was really, really bad, but this was really what ended his career because he has not directed since. And I was like, well, I know it was, it was a failure, but I was like, it's like a 40%, on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it can't be terrible, although all I ever heard about it was how bad it was.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
There's a cult around this movie. Some people want to jump to its defense in the Richard Kelly vulgar tourism.
Well, maybe on like the Richard Kelly Reddit, but I don't know who else.
Is there a Richard Kelly Reddit? That'd be so funny.
Yeah, it's like his oeuvre, all three of them.
Yeah.
Like
okay, but yeah. So
you're a Richard Kelly completionist, April.
Yeah. So
All
I
three.
loved I was as a teen. Obviously, I was obsessed with Donnie Darko. I watched it a million times. Me and I think it might have even been your wife, Justin, that got me into it because we went to high school together. I believe she maybe showed it to me or lent me the DVD or something.
I've never heard her mention that movie.
Really?
We've been together.
Swear
So
she was the one who showed it to me.
I'll ask her afterwards. This is a film I saw in VHS as well. Rented it from a video store. Loved Donnie Darko, not The Box. And I'm like,
sure.
I can't wait to see what Richard Kelly does next. And I remember following his career, Southland Tales, all the difficulties and reshoots that went into it, how mad it sounded. Saw the movie and was like, maybe I had to read the trade paperback, 3 graphic novels before I saw the film. I like Southland Tales.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
Let me correct.
But
I like
think
the
it's
idea of
interesting.
Southland Tales.
Yeah.
I think that watching it is a huge slog every time I watch it.
I only saw it once, but I was intrigued by it. And believe me, I've been wanting to do it on this podcast, but I'm like, it's too long.
Nah, we'll do
there's
it.
too much to talk about. But
the thing about The Box is it's as long as Southland Tales.
it's not that much shorter. I think
No.
Southland is 230 or 240.
Whoa.
It is not 240. There's no way it's that long.
230?
Wait, wasn't there like a director's cut though?
Yeah,
There is.
I never
yes,
saw that.
that's on the Blu-ray that I have. Southland Tales is 225.
Okay, and this is like
So it's 30
this
minutes
is about
longer
2
than this.
hours.
This is about 2 and change, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had heard, I've seen Southland Tales and I'm like, wow, like it's all these like insane Richard Kelly ideas that are completely unleashed and it's unfocused, but there's some interesting stuff in there. It's kind of an interesting failure.
Yeah.
And he crams so much into it and it just goes bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like Richard Kelly's Ideas Volume 3, and it's the same shit, only it's more boring. And like all this confusing time travel stuff was in Donnie Darko, and it's packaged better in that because that's like it's hiding within this 80s coming of age teen high school story.
Yeah,
And it works on that level.
Yeah.
You can watch it and not get, which was what I was doing, not understand all these different layers of stuff that I don't think anyone could really understand unless you listen to the commentary or
Now,
Richard
have
Kelly.
you watched the director's cut of Donnie Darko or April? That'd be the 4th Richard Kelly film.
I don't think I have. No.
It is awful, and
Okay.
it over-explains everything. There is an infamous commentary that Richard Kelly does on the DVD release with Kevin Smith.
Oh no!
And halfway through, Kevin Smith is like, "This is worse, man."
Oh no!
Wait, what?
Oh, that's
Why did you
great.
make this decision?
Yeah, I mean that like to what April said. I think what I loved about the first one, it sort of just captured a vibe and
Good at capturing a vibe.
good at capturing a vibe, and I think he wasn't able to kind of recapture it. I liked the mystery, but moreover, it was just everything kind of just gelled in a way with that movie.
Yeah, and a great cast too.
Yeah, the thing about Donnie Darko is it also feels very lived in. Like Richard Kelly grew up in the 80s, and you feel like this is like a slice of his life, while The Box is nothing. It's like 70s pastiche.
Yeah.
And it feels
looks
like
awful.
a cheap TV show, and we'll get into the
we'll get into the
Twilight
visuals
Zone
and things like that.
Stuff like that.
So I, of course, was a huge Richard Kelly fan after Donnie Darko. Southland Tales, I saw it, didn't like it. And I remember following the production of The Box for a long time. Like, Eli Roth co-wrote it at one point. Yeah. I could have sworn his name was still on it.
Oh, God.
But I checked, and okay, so I have here a article that says Richard Kelly and Eli Roth are still getting into The Box. Yeah, because it was delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. And something I've heard of people who have met Richard Kelly, and I've heard this from more than one person, he is a real bro. In like the way that he talks and that he acts. So if you watch his movies and you're like, oh, this guy's so smart, like playing 4D chess, probably not.
Okay.
And so like he famously was one of the producers on I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. Okay. You know, that like obnoxious, that's what it's called. The autobiography of Tucker Max. Do you remember Tucker Max?
No, but I have heard of
the
this
name.
movie.
Yeah,
Is it a movie? Was it
It's a movie, yeah.
Based on a book?
Yeah,
it is, and it's all about like him being terrible and like him playing tricks on women. Now I'm trying to find. Did he turn to Jesus later in his life?
After some
or maybe I'm thinking of the guy who
probably?
wrote The Game, who's like, oh, I'm a good man now, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, jeez.
If you're a pickup artist, you're probably a secret Christian or cultist or something.
And yeah, it's weird that The Box killed Richard Kelly's career that badly. Like, what is he doing?
Well, I think it was just like a double whammy. It was like,
they
they gave
Southland
him one
Tales.
more
They gave him
chance,
one
and
more
they're like,
shot.
Kelly, you did it
They're
again.
like, this is a short story that
Yes.
everyone
You
knows.
put all this weird liquid in your movie.
He loves water.
He
Sci-fi
loves
liquid.
It's like James Cameron, only it's sci-fi liquid.
Yeah.
It's not just regular water.
Yeah.
It's floating around in space.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he obviously watches, The Abyss a lot.
Yeah.
Or T2.
Or
He's
T2,
like,
sure.
whoa!
But like, what I liked about Southland Tales, or at least I found interesting, is that is clearly a satire. It's satiring a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a post-apocalyptic. I think the tagline is something post-apocalypse, what have you. And it made so many interesting choices again with casting. And this has, this is not a satire. The Box. The only thing that is, I guess, it's just saying is just about moral questions. What would you do? But it's pretty like. The odds are stacked against this couple. They don't even get a chance to do anything.
I would call it maybe entrapment. What happens to them?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Wishmaster rules.
100% change the rules after
like,
the fact.
Real Wishmaster shit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I felt I had seen the original Twilight Zone, but the story wasn't written until 1970. It's a Richard.
Oh yeah, Button by Richard Matheson.
Yeah, Richard Matheson. He wrote a lot of Twilight Zone episodes.
It was turned into a Twilight Zone.
It was turned into a Twilight Zone, but it wasn't until the 80s, I believe, and it was like it was in color. But the original story was it seemed like a ripoff of The Monkey's Paw. So it's basically this couple gets this wish box. They push the box. It's implied that like someone you don't know will die. And then she wishes for money, and then the husband gets run over, pushed onto a train track or something like that, gets run over, and this is like the settlement.
Yeah,
and then
the punchline.
he's like,
oh, sorry,
do you really know your husband, Mrs.
Okay,
So-and-so?
that's ridiculous.
And then she's like, yes, I did know him very well.
Oh.
He's like, oh, well.
Oh, yeah. No take backsies.
No take backs.
They have that line
Lorne
in,
Michaels.
in this movie, like, how well do you know? Because I'm pretty sure he does know the woman that died. It's the wife of a guy he works with. So
Well, maybe he doesn't know them, intimately. But the so then when they changed it into the Twilight Zone, and I think Richard Matheson took his name off of it because he didn't like the ending that they chose, which I think works out better, was that it's follows along this movie where it's like somebody you don't know will die, another couple dies, and then they get the money, and then when he's going to reset the box, and he says, well, it's going to go to a family or someone else that you don't know. and then it's implied that they are going to be the next people that die when this couple,
It
the
just
next
keeps
couple.
going on and on.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
and
Yeah.
this comes up in the movie where they're like, "Hey, we could be next," and it's like, "Oh, okay."
And then they just
So
push
they
it
just-
anyway.
yeah, exactly. So that was the ending of the Twilight Zone episode. So it wasn't a direct lift
That at
from the
least is
monkey's paw.
kind of an interesting like
Exactly.
brain teaser idea,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, so like that idea is in this movie, but also there's
Holy
an alien
moly.
from Mars who has invaded Frank
You've
Langella.
always got Mars.
And there's
Line from the movie.
there's not time travel. There's, I guess, what's it called when you
Teleportation.
teleportation through water portals, through stargates.
Sure. Yeah, Stargates.
Essentially. And
Okay,
a
so
bunch
I
of
have
other
a
shit.
lot of questions that we'll probably get through the movie, but I think one of the big issues that I have with this film, well, there's two. Number one, when I heard they were going to make the movie, I was like, boy, I really hope that it won't be the setup of the story and then kind of the ending of the story and then a bunch of nonsense in the middle that doesn't affect either or.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
There's so much stuff in this that is seemingly completely non-consequential to
No.
their little story. It's telling
like
some
them
sort of
knowing
big
all this
story.
information does not matter at all
No.
Yeah.
in whatever decision they make at the end.
Yeah, it's like a small story fleshed out with just like extraneous
I don't
stuff.
know how I'm not a writer, but this could have been good. And I thought this was
Sure.
going to be a small, cheesy thriller, like I said, The Gift, or like
Or like
not the Sam Raimi The Gift, the one with Joel Edgerton, or like Identity, or Room
Well,
29.
Identity is not a small.
No,
no.
like
Or
that's
even-
a funny movie.
even like
Yeah.
the Butterfly Effect or something like
Even that.
something like that.
Even that,
I could
yeah.
see
keep
like
forgetting.
a cheesy kind of 90s version of this that would be a lot more entertaining.
You're right. This is 2009.
This is just so convoluted and
Confusing.
impenetrable. I found I didn't connect with the story. I didn't connect with the actors. I think they're really miscast.
Yeah, see, I could say impenetrable about
What are you
Southland
talking about,
Tales.
Colin?
Yeah.
What about Cameron Diaz's
But
accent?
Southland Tales has some truly inspired casting choices that I think make the movie weird and works.
Yeah, like The Rock.
The Rock, Mandy Moore, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Sean William Scott, Justin Timberlake. You're
Justin
putting all
John
these like
Lovitz?
pop stars. I think Sherry O'Terry's hanging out in there at some
Yep.
point.
like-
Christopher Lambert is there as well.
Is he in a
I
van?
forgot.
Yeah, he's a
yes.
gun dealer.
Oh, right. Okay.
But in this movie, the casting is all wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the side characters are kind of like people that pop up in other Richard Kelly movies, but Cameron Diaz and James Marsden are completely miscast, and they just, I can feel their confusion at the material.
Yeah, they don't really know how to play it, especially Cameron Diaz. Like she's saddled with this horrible
But
accent.
she doesn't need to have because no one else has it. So I don't know why.
I
she
could
has it.
swear.
James Marsden should have been in the Frank Langella role.
I don't know. I kind of liked
I don't
Frank
know about
Langella.
that.
Ugh.
I
Wow.
like Frank Langella.
Frank Langella is very sleepy. In
He's
this.
he's got some gravitas to him. It's more. It comes from his voice, I think. But yeah, James Marsden. I could have sworn he had an accent at the start of the movie that just sort of disappeared, and I don't know if that was like. He's like, it's not working. I'll just like let it die. But poor Cameron Diaz, my God.
And I like both of those actors, but this is just the wrong
Yeah.
role for both of them.
They've got like nothing to work with here.
Yeah, and I mean, because they've done other stuff, but I think they're best at comedy, right? Like James Marsden was so good in that TV show,
The jury.
The Jury, and then later I thought he was good.
He's really good in Westworld.
Westworld too.
Yeah.
Like I said, he looks too young in this. He looks confused, and
love-
she's trying, but it's just not working.
Cameron Diaz being like, "Oh, we're not going to be able to pay the bills." I'm like, he's a NASA scientist.
Yeah, but he didn't get to be an astronaut, Justin, and he was relying on that.
You know, but the funny thing is, she says that she goes, "You know that we overspend," and it's like
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
he's got like this brand new Corvette.
Yeah,
You
time
know,
to sell
they-
it.
Yeah, I will say, I thought that she was getting fired in that scene in the principal's office. No, it's just that they're saying that they can't give her son a discount on tuition anymore.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Cameron Diaz. We can't allow you to continue going to this school because of your hideous foot, as every single person in the movie talks about.
It's so bizarre.
Why this plot point? It felt like it was like, we just need to give her something. How about she's missing some toes?
Yeah. So
And it informs her whole character.
Okay, let's start the movie. Let's start the movie.
Yeah, let's start it off.
Well, there's a weird scroll at the beginning that really
my God.
throws you off.
That's one of those things right away. You're like, red flag. Oh no.
It's like
no.
typing, right? It's not a scroll, and it's saying something, I think, about the accident. I don't remember what it said. Some incident at NASA, probably.
It's just
Doesn't
like an
matter.
internal report or something saying that Arlington Steward, Franklin Jello's character, has been struck by lightning. He's recovering from burns. Blah blah blah. What was it related to the Mars project? Okay, so this is your in on the movie.
It's quite alienating, not to make a pun.
Yeah, but it's set in 1976. This has like a weird. I was reading about the cinematography, and it was shot digitally. I think on an early digital camera, maybe the Genesis or something. And I have a feeling it has this like hazy like filter over everything.
This movie?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So what they're trying to emulate is like the look of like late 70s, early 80s movies. So
Yeah,
like
I was
Vilmos
thinking,
Zsigmond
like,
like to do it a
Spielberg.
lot, and like
Yeah.
McCabe and Mrs. Miller, or like Dress to Kill kind of has that look too. And like they would have shot on film in 2009, I think.
They would have, but he didn't. So
He
apparent-
didn't?
He
shot
didn't know. It
digitally?
was shot digitally, and
Oh, it looks like
apparently
shit.
he had come out and said like he would never shoot a period piece digitally, and then apparently he saw some David Fincher movie and was like, "That's it, I'm going digital."
It's so funny because those David Fincher movies do not look like film.
No, they don't.
No. But yeah, I don't like the color correct. They've made it,
brown.
they've crushed the blacks too much, I think, in a way to make it like supposed to look sinister. But like I'm thinking back at like the way Donnie Darko looked, and that looked great for by the way, a $4 million movie.
Yeah.
You know,
It only
that
cost
had-
$4 million?
Yeah, that's what they said on the commentary anyway. All the actors in it basically worked for nothing.
How much did Southland Tales cost?
Oh, a
Well,
lot.
I'm sure a
Like,
lot.
say,
But I
60-ish?
think the box was $33 million.
Yeah.
Which I feel like it should be more, because honestly, I'm looking at money burning on screen, especially when you get to the effects
Southland
stuff.
Tales, supposedly $17 million.
That seems really low.
17?
Yeah.
That seems insanely low.
That's crazy.
And it made $375,000 at the box office.
Oh my God, are you
But
joking?
that movie barely got released.
Yeah.
Like, it was, like, dumped.
So it was a success financially.
No, $375,000.
I thought you meant million.
Oh
No.
no! Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man,
More than
Southland Tales made
Avengers,
$375 million.
That would be a different. It feels like they would make their money back even if they just dumped it in theaters with no marketing. Like,
I guess
You
it was
could
just getting by
accidentally-
on the word of mouth from, hey, it's the Donnie Darko guy.
yeah, you could
know?
accidentally make that much money back. You know, like 17 million doesn't seem like a whole lot to make back.
Yeah, but like this movie just starts off like it, you know, like you imagine it would. They get, I think, a letter or they get the box in the mail with a letter, and it explains things,
It's
and
just-
then it says that I'm going to come to your house and give you this choice. It's someone you know. If you push the button, you get $1 million, and someone you won't know will die.
So if
Yeah.
that happened and I got this in the mail and the person was like, I will give you $1 million to push this button, someone you do not know will die, I would go, no, thank you.
No, I would
Please
definitely
leave.
go. No, I'd be like, "What are you, a murderer? Like,
Yeah,
did you
no,
just
get outta
for
here."
an excuse to kill some random person or something? I don't know."
That's another thing. It's like nobody in this movie reacts like in any
No.
way to what's going on around them, like
No.
correctly.
Well, half of them are zombies, but yes.
Yes. So it's like this creepy man. Okay, first of all, like, you know, we don't get to meet Frank Langella until like a little later, but, you know, we get their morning routine, but it's like the time period is evoked, I think, just through wallpaper in this movie.
They went nuts with the wallpaper.
Like, it does not look, you know, like a period piece at all, except for like the insane wallpaper that they have like in their kitchen and
Some
bathroom.
of the fashions are okay, like the scarves and stuff. It's fine. But at first I was like, this feels like a modern movie. It does not
Yeah.
feel like a 70s movie.
I feel it's like the digital look, and they've got that like hazy
yeah.
filter over it. But yeah, Frank Langella shows up later with like Two-Face, CG face, basically.
I think it was just a year or two before. So it was clearly inspired by Harvey Dent, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, his makeup makes me think of like Peter Jackson doing The Hobbit and being like, we can make faces look like they could never do with practical makeup. And I'm like, yeah, but it looks bad. Like it's not fun to look at.
Yeah, I can't stand what they did here. Sometimes it looks good when it's facing camera, but when it's not, it just looks like they removed part of his face, and it looks like Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Yeah, so I was telling April this, you were showing me like screen grabs, but yeah, whenever you don't see the wound, they did their best actually in the trailer to really hide this, because I guess they can't show it in the trailer. But anytime he's just sort of facing forward or at a 3/4 angle where you don't see his burned face, the profile, they've kind of altered the profile so it looks like half his face is missing. It looks very weird. But anytime they show it from the other side where you actually see it and you can see through to his teeth and stuff, I think it looks really good. It just depends on the angle. It's very strange.
Why didn't they just use makeup though? Come on.
I don't know, and I don't know why.
It's all about coulda, not shoulda, April.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, this guy shows up. She does not react in any way. I'd be fucking horrified.
Well, she relates to him, which, as we find out later.
And I think that's why, it all kind of comes down to that, but we'll get to that.
That doesn't even really
It doesn't really, but
affect anything.
It should.
Well, this movie has a
supposed to be
real
character
issue with kind of like physical things of being like, ugh, oh, gross. Like Frank Langella's face that we've been talking about. Every character is like, oh my, I can't look at it. It's awful. If you saw that in real life, you'd be like, meh. Like
What, Frank Langella's face?
Yeah, well, his wound, I mean.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but when he first turns to her, like
it's kind of scary, but I mean, I've seen.
But she's like,
I've seen Harvey Dent, so
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, even if you saw this in real life, like people live with these kind of, things on their face.
I think I saw like somebody's teeth through their face and like
you can barely
their mouth
see
hole. I don't know. Whatever, to each their own. But if they were holding a box and saying somebody would die,
yeah, that's a whole other
that's
story.
a whole other thing.
Wait,
yeah.
but we don't want to skip the first act where everyone Cameron Diaz meets is like, hey, I hear you have a crazy foot. To the point that like her classroom, a kid asks in the class, I would be like,
a teacher would never do this. No. So he's like, hey, yeah, why do you walk with a limp? This little, shit kid. And I think she says that I have a disfigurement or something.
Show it to us.
Yeah. Did she just say I have an injury or something?
No, she takes her
she
shoe.
doesn't say anything.
Shows it,
she
yeah.
just takes her
Yeah,
shoe
she just
off.
shows it.
Well, I guess kind of good for her, but also the kid is acting like he has some sort of foot fetish.
Oh, he's like creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a young like Quentin Tarantino or something. Like,
but even like James Marsden's coworkers are like, hey, I hear your wife has a foot issue.
Well, he is making a fake foot for her at work. So it could be related to that.
yeah, so that's very weird. It's like, first of all, the kids, like, everybody would know this by this point. You know what I mean?
I think so. And it's also confusing to me because she's teaching a class about Sartre, which is like third year university, but this school also has like kindergartners in it. It's the same thing they did in Donnie Darko, where there's like I guess some private schools are kindergarten to grade 12 in the States. As far as I know, it's not like that here, or maybe I just don't understand private schools.
Only in Richard Kelly's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a teacher at a private school too. Like,
she'd be making
like, how much money are these people spending? Hey,
yeah, they don't live in a city or anything like that. Like,
exactly. It's like, where is it? It's like
we
in Virginia.
overspend.
They overspend. I'm telling you, cut down your wallpaper budget. And maybe have some money.
Wallpaper budget. Well, maybe she's spending too much money getting her nails done, because that might have been my favorite thing. This is going to be funny, but I think my favorite thing was Cameron Diaz's nails.
Really?
She had a lovely like peachy pink manicure throughout the whole movie, and I could not stop looking at them. So that's my favorite thing.
Really? Did she have like a pedicure too?
Well, she didn't have toes.
No, maybe she should be saving some cash by not getting, you've only got one toe on that foot.
At one point, James Marsden pulls out in his like fancy car, and Cameron Diaz is like, "Whoa, midlife crisis, eh?" And at that moment, I was like, are they husband and wife? Does she not know he
exactly.
bought a car?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, it's like, when did he get this?
Things are really poorly communicated to the audience and to the characters in the movie in this movie. So yeah, the next scene is like him at work where he's like expecting the big, promotion. Well, there's like a press conference about like, this is what we found on Mars, and it's supposed to be table setting for this like mysterious, like, what did they find on Mars? He built part of the camera that could photograph Mars, which I'm sure was based on a real thing.
He works in like optics or something. Yeah, so they sent like a lander that took photographs and they beamed them back, which his kid explains at some point.
Yeah, and they're like, did they find water? Did they find aliens?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
But it's like implied, usually like astronauts, they all drove Corvettes. I think it was like a thing back in the day. So, you're thinking he's an astronaut, but he really wants to be one. So I guess he's applied or something like that. And yeah, he's making like a foot prosthesis for Cameron Diaz for Christmas. I guess this is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it is. It takes place entirely during Christmas. And there are a lot of events happening during Christmas, including a wedding. How dare somebody do it during the season?
Like a wedding and like the dinner.
I know somebody who got married over Christmas break.
But did they invite?
Christmas break is fine.
Yeah, but was it on Christmas? No. I wasn't invited.
No, because April's a real Grinch.
Didn't make the
Yeah, so these people getting married, first of all, it's like they have like the rehearsal dinner or something like that. This is like the most opulent wedding I've ever seen. It's like the rehearsal dinner. That's a whole like night you got to set aside.
That's like a separate wedding.
Yeah.
Like the whole event thing. Yeah, but I mean, I guess this is something rich people do. So that's what is so funny about them like being tempted by this $1 million. It's like, are they really that?
No, they needed. I mean, probably the argument of Richard Kelly was like, oh, it's more interesting if there isn't like big stakes of like we really need this.
But they do though. So
they rationalize it.
I know but they rationalize it. But like to anybody else, you're like, you don't really need it.
Yeah, but it's like, he loses the bid for his astronaut job, right? Yeah. And then he's like, but I was counting on this. And it's so sad because he's like, but I was counting on this. What do I do with the rest of my life?
And the guy who he works for is like, hey, you did great work on this camera. And he's like, yeah, right. So now I'm just like the NASA camera guy. Fine. And he like goes away in a huff.
Surely you should be making
for NASA.
You should be making some decent cash if you're working for,
I would think
the camera division at NASA.
But yeah.
But then, so she loses the tuition. So it's basically the movie is like stacking the deck against them, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's losing this big promotion that he's been hoping for. She's losing the tuition discount.
And that's pretty much it.
They're overspenders, so they have no money. Like they're saying like, we can't pay our bills and blah, blah, blah.
You need to show that to us, movie. You can't just tell us that.
Also, I feel like you should maybe make them more kind of awful or something. Yeah. Like, like they're spending like ridiculously, and they're kind of like, not thinking, and they're kind of like users, I guess.
Yeah.
They're too nice. They're too perfect and boring.
Yeah. One of the issues is that like they have nowhere to go as characters. That like
especially James Marsden
and like James, but. It seems like the seeds are planted because they're like, oh, you failed a psychological examination.
Yeah,
right.
And then he's just like, no, I didn't.
And he's like, how? And it's like, oh, are we going to learn that he's like twisted maybe underneath his, pretty boy facade? And no. That had nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
It was just the aliens, like,
They, I think, picked them randomly.
Putting them into a position where they had to choose this. It's like,
like, did the aliens, like, do all this stuff to put them in this place?
Yes.
Like, failed James Marsden? Yeah.
Well, when she's getting the news from the principal, that the tuition discount.
Yes,
I think
that's
his
right.
his nose starts
He's
bleeding.
He's a pod person, so I guess it was. Yeah, but I mean, I guess it sure didn't take much to push them into pushing the button.
No.
And she pushes it because women, am I right?
Yeah,
they want money.
Well, he gives her like a little sweetener. He leaves her like $100 bill, and he's like,
he's like, it's real.
How much? So how much would that be now? Like 1,000?
I don't know. But it was like I love how James Marsden is like, I did some tests at work. This is real
on this $100 bill.
So they have like a counterfeit division at NASA.
I want to be like, guys, this proves nothing. If anything, like that's what a scammer does. He gives you something.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is real.
They give you a little bit to sweeten the pot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He kind of takes the box apart, because he's like an engineer. There's like nothing inside. There's no transmitter or anything. It's just like an empty button. And he's just like, it's just a scam.
So yeah, they push it. He shows up. He gives them money, and then they're like,
We
they
regret
try
it.
Yeah, they try and like give it back immediately, but he's like, sorry, and then he drives away, gets his license plate number, and then the rehearsal dinner happens, and he gives the license plate to his father-in-law who works at a police station. So he's like, run these plates. And so at this rehearsal dinner, which takes place during the Christmas season, they do pass the present, which seems odd. And there's this mysterious box-shaped box on the present table. Yes. So he takes that and he opens it up, and there's just a picture of Frank Langella in there. Why? I don't know.
Well, it's
just creepy. That's why.
Yeah, it's creepy, but it's from the Mars expedition scientist photo in his basement. So
it's a clue, but also remember that like scary old lady that's like staring at them. That's this dinner. That was funny.
You can kind of assume that like everybody is.
Everyone in this town.
Everyone in this town is like brain controlled by the aliens.
I think it's everyone could be, but not everyone is at all
this
points.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, because creepy foot kid is there too, right? Or is that the?
Let me see your feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's a waiter, but then she's led out of the dinner to answer the phone, and she says like, and the guy who's leading her, his nose starts to bleed.
Yeah,
it's Frank Langella on the phone, and he's like, your husband has already started asking questions. There's all these rules. It's like
that they were never told.
Yeah, it's like at the beginning, it's like you can't tell anybody. About this, or we won't give you the money, blah, blah, blah. But then he just starts introducing rules.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But like, yeah. So then there's like this side plot about the babysitter who is
a young Jillian Jacobs,
funnily
from
enough.
Community.
And she's acting weird. She's asking weird questions about the Mars, landing. And then he takes her back to where she's staying, which is a hotel. Mm-hmm. And he finds, and she's saying weird things. She's like passing out. Her nose is bleeding. So she's one of these people. And then like, you kind of follow her back into this like motel, and like everyone is like acting like zombies. So when we say that, we just mean they're like standing around, not saying anything or doing anything.
I think
it's kind of like, go ahead.
This is like something that you can tell they're like, this is going to be so freaky when we do it. So scary. Yeah. But it happens so much. It's like, okay.
It just, I totally get that they thought, I kept thinking like this is like an X-Files episode or something. In that sense, it could work. But the tone just did not work, and I think the music might have had a problem with that.
Okay, we got to talk about this.
For some reason,
it's interesting. So the soundtrack is done by Arcade Fire, of all people.
I don't know if it's all of Arcade Fire because there's like 10 people
like
in that
3
band,
of them,
but it's the husband and wife and one other person who, they've split up now.
It is
want to look it up.
Weird. I kind of like the music, but not in this movie, if that makes sense.
It seemed to be not quite the right tone.
Okay.
I was a huge Arcade Fire fan, but I wouldn't have known it was them if I didn't look it up.
If you hired Arcade Fire to do a score to a movie like this, you'd expect it to be like maybe like weirdly melodic or something like that. What you would not expect is like bargain basement, like in a Charles Band, like Bernard Herrmann ripoff score.
And there's Tim Burton-y stuff. Like the library seems like it's like Beetlejuice or something.
Yeah, it sounds like people who have never written a film score trying to think of what a film score should be instead of doing why you would probably hire them for.
Now, I didn't do any research, but I'm guessing this is the only score they did.
I think they've done other ones.
Okay.
I'm going to look now.
But it feels like, it doesn't, the music isn't written for this scene, for what's going on at the scene. Especially in the end credits, it's very bombastic. It's like something out of like a Brian De Palma film, or I was even going to say The End of the Fly.
Yeah.
The Howard Shore soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, and I think with this, you want to go minimalistic,
Yes, and it's very overbearing at times.
Yeah, and again, like I think it was maybe intentional, but it just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't match what each scene is supposed to be giving you, it's either too much or it's just kind of generic. Yeah. Like maybe like a generic, like Bernard Herrmann knockoff kind of thing.
And back to Gillian Jacobs, like when she's in the house with the son who she's babysitting, there's like some creepy guy outside.
Yeah.
And she says, well, take me downstairs. Like, let's see the basement. And James Marsden has this like creepy shrine set up to like for Mars. It's like something
like NASA Mars.
It's like something a child would build. Like it looks like a train set or something that he's built in the basement, and he has like newspaper clippings about like the Mars exhibition. The Mars expedition, and like photos, and we see that photo of like Frank Langella, but it's just so comical. Like it's just really bizarre.
The problem is, at the end of the day, the mystery is like, oh, Frank Langella went to Mars and got possessed. That's it.
I thought he didn't even go to Mars.
Well, I think he went to one of those portals, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought he got struck by lightning here.
No,
but
he did.
It was a signal from Mars.
Yes. Yeah. He got struck by lightning. He was just one of the crew that built the lander or whatever took the photos.
So it's like, at the end of the day, it's not that big a mystery. So who cares?
Yeah, you can kind of figure it out, and it's basically, exactly.
But also, like, do you get a sense, audience, how like needlessly confusing this is? Like, but can't you just do a simple story about a box?
It sounds like it doesn't sound as confusing as it's presented. Like when it's on paper. And now, apparently, I was looking this up today, and people were saying that when they read the script, Richard Kelly's script, it made perfect sense. It was way more normal and straightforward in the way it was told. They said for some reason he made all these decisions during, I don't know, shooting it and editing that just made it so convoluted and confusing.
But it's convoluted and confusing in the same way that his other two movies are. Yeah. So I guess
maybe that's his style.
That's his style, and I can understand why the studios said, okay, no more. We're not going to make any more.
Even if the story was like super clear, I didn't find it that confusing.
I didn't find it confusing.
It's not very emotionally satisfying.
No,
and that's the big issue with the thing.
Yeah, you don't like connect with the characters at all.
It seems also random. And you're right. You get it early. An alien is doing testing on humans.
And you get it.
Yeah, and then it just keeps going through it. Like that library scene is bonkers, where you keep thinking it's going to be something way more interesting than it is, and it's not. It's just the same thing where apparently everyone in this library is a pod person who are just like standing up and like pointing for our heroes to go places. So like Cameron Diaz.
No, your other left.
She looks at an old film reel that has more footage of Frank Langella than at NASA.
Yeah.
And then she has a nice conversation with Frank Langella, and then James Marsden is led into a room by Frank Langella's wife.
Wait. You skipped over. She has a conversation with Frank Langella where she's like, I feel so sorry for you for the way you look.
Yeah, but then she basically says, when I saw you, I decided I was never going to feel bad about my foot again, which is kind of a backhanded compliment.
Well, but it's also like, that doesn't play really into the movie.
Well, it kind of tries to. So it's basically like an empathy test that these aliens are giving humanity. It's like, are you going to be selfish? Are you going to care about others? Blah, blah, blah. And it shows him sort of creating more boxes, using these stargates, these watery stargates to like travel to other towns and like start this test. So it's like a test of humanity to see whether we're worthy of being saved. It's like a tale as old as time in like the sci-fi world.
But as we get to the ending, it's like, but then they torture them some more?
Well, before that...
he does say that there are going to be continuous tests. So even after this $1 million thing, there are going to be more tests.
But he doesn't tell them that at first.
No. I love when someone asked Frank Langella, he's like, sir, if you don't mind me asking, why a box? And he's like, your home is a box. Your car is a box on wheels. You drive to work in. You drive home in it. You sit in your home staring into a box. It erodes your soul. While the box is your body, a box is where your body will inevitably wither and dies. Whereupon it is placed in the ultimate box. And it's like, fuck off.
I thought that was going to be like the big Oscar speech.
It's so profound.
Yeah.
It's like
the guy you're at a
April.
party and you're like, man, this guy's really high.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, when you think about it, man, everything's a box.
You look into the idiot box.
I was like texting April on the way home. I'm like, I'm on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is a box.
I'm on my way home to our bar.
I'm leaving work, which is a box. I'm on the way home to a box.
Yeah, Richard Kelly, like, tears streaming down his face after he finishes writing this. He's like, I've done my masterpiece.
This is it. You've
But
done it again.
like the NSA is involved too, but like why? Just because it's now a government conspiracy.
So it's so weird. It's like, so Frank Langella is kind of like possessed by this alien from Mars, or they take over his body. He kind of like, I guess through mind control, takes over the NSA and takes over this like research lab. Or what is it? Hold on.
Langley.
And this is an
Langley.
issue where, like, wouldn't it be more interesting if all these people are doing this because they're, like, in this weird convoluted box thing? Like, maybe they got involved and now they have to do this for their own reasons instead of just like, oh, they're mind controlled.
Well, it's like I say, I think some of the like there's the guy who asks why a box. He's not mind controlled because he's acting normal. He's just going along with it. But you don't, again, like, who is this man? He's just NSA guy.
Like James Rebhorn.
James Rebhorn too.
Yeah.
He's
so
he's like the
they
tall,
don't
bald
seem mind controlled.
They're not.
This guy is explaining it to James Rebhorn. Like, Frank Langella was standing on this platform where he was struck by lightning, and now he died, and now he's something else. And then it kind of you see Frank Langella like overhear
this, but
it's what is it?
I think that was just for the audience's benefit.
So it's
but
just
you're just cramming all this lore in that is at one time it feels like they keep restating stuff that we already know, but also making it more complicated and confusing. Like, so I've seen this movie 1.5 times. I missed that they were sending people to other towns. I didn't get a lot of what was supposed to be happening.
Say it.
Okay, but the way it was presented was not super clear.
And then they show like a table with like a whole whack of boxes on it. So when like when they show the military is lined up like all the people, they're going into like a Stargate. And it looks like they couldn't afford the effect because there's no water effect.
You don't see it.
They're just walking up a ramp into nothing.
But they showed that stuff later, and then so just to get back to the library scene. So James Marsden is in a room full of people who are just standing up and acting weird, and he says like, can I see the exit? Like, not like scared at all. He's just like normal. And she's like, follow me. And he brings her into the room with 3 boxes, but they're made of CGI liquid. They're water boxes. Yeah. And then you find out later that this is a different test.
But so it's like 3 cubes of water again with the CG water. I don't know why.
I think we're just supposed to think that, wow, this looks cool. But it's stupid. And so he's supposed to pick one, and she says like the other 2 are damnation, and one of them. So I guess you die if you go into the wrong box.
It doesn't. There's no. There's no choice. Like, it's just random whether he's going to pick the right one. But
he does.
He picks 2 because throughout the movie, this creepy foot kid from her school has been flashing him the peace sign.
I think other people were also doing it. To which I say, why?
Why? He picks box number 2, and then he goes through like
box number 2.
It's like the end of what was it? Brainstorm. You remember that?
Wait, Brainstorm.
Yeah, with Christopher Walken.
Oh, I never saw that.
Do you remember that, Justin?
I was thinking of the Curse. It's like that.
Justin, do you remember Brainstorm?
Oh, of course I remember Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Isn't that the film that he wanted to shoot in like, was it 60 frames per second or something like that?
Yeah, it was something crazy. But
that's Douglas Turnbull, isn't it?
Yeah, and he records going to heaven basically, and he can like play it back. So they send. It's shown later that they send James Marsden like through a portal to like the afterlife so we can catch a glimpse of it.
But we just see him in a pool of water floating above Cameron Diaz's bed. And then he's like, and then he falls and there's water, and then they're like comically cleaning it up. And it's just like, what? It just feels like weird for the sake of weird, but it's not even that weird.
It just seems like, okay, and I was reading later that this is Richard Kelly really trying to make a movie that would have like a mass appeal. Like,
what is that guy smoking?
He was like, okay, I want to do a movie in my own style, but that appeals to like, a wide audience. So this is him making like...
Well, he failed.
I don't think his style,
No.
works with that kind of.
But yeah, like
wide
he's
appeal.
obsessed with the same things, which is things being transported through time and space, government conspiracies, and floating liquid.
Yeah.
And skeleton diagrams with arrows coming out of their chest.
Oh, weren't you saying it was like the same diagrams from?
Yeah, from Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
It's probably in Southland Tales too. I can't remember. He has a book that has that. It's all the same shit. And I know that directors do this. You know, I could name 100 directors that have the same preoccupations. But this is just like weird, and in a way that is. It's not appealing, I guess. I guess I'm just not into it. And I'm sure there are fans that are into this stuff.
A lot of people like this movie, even love it.
I'd like to talk to them. I really would.
It's just not wacky enough, is what I'm going to say at the end of the day. Like,
yeah, ultimately, it's perplexing, but it's kind of boring too.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like, it kind of like, I feel with some little tweaks here and there, the script, it could have been something, but it kind of just feels like weird for weird's sake. Like it doesn't gel together the way like Donnie Darko did.
Yeah, and I think Southland Tales and Donnie Darko, like there is that promise of like, oh, but what else is there? Like part of this world, or what am I not understanding? And here it's like,
you've kind of seen it all. And it's just
not,
like, and they're just sort of introducing new things to just be weird, and it just doesn't work within the story.
Yeah, Donnie Darko felt intriguing. And when
Yes.
I found out that there
100%.
was more that I didn't get, I was like, you're kind of like, oh, okay. Like Frank was actually his sister's boyfriend. I didn't know that until 10 years after watching the movie.
Like that stuff adds to the movie, adds to what you already like about the movie. And I think the kind of weirdness in this, you're kind of required. It's required that you get it to kind of,
I guess, get anything out of it. But yeah, I felt like I didn't get any satisfaction out of the story at all.
No.
Well, we haven't reached the big emotional climax where Frank Langella shows up and he's like, oh, I've got another trick up my sleeve.
Yeah, just so you know, there's more rules now. Now I've captured your son. He was kidnapped earlier from the wedding.
Yeah.
He's in a safe place, don't worry. But he is deaf and blind. And he also says he's in horrible agony.
Yeah, he's like, he will
And
never.
also, I want to take a step back and consider like what the movie's trying to present here. So they're testing them for their empathy.
Right.
Well, of course they'll have empathy for their son.
Yeah,
like,
no one is going to say no to
about?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we
just-
tested you for a complete stranger and, now you're willing to sacrifice yourself for your son. That's nice.
Yeah, so they basically say, okay, you can leave your son. You can take the money now, but your son will be deaf and blind for the rest of his life. It's irreversible.
Yeah.
He will never be able to hear your voice or see your face again. He will be trapped in a prison of darkness. Or something like that. He really lays it on thick. Yeah. He says, and then he like slides a gun over to them. He's like, James Marsden, you can shoot Cameron Diaz in her heart. And when she dies, when her soul leaves her body, the child will be returned to normal, and the $1 million will be put in a trust fund that he'll get on his 18th birthday.
And they say
let's just be sure this $1 million will be taxed. It's not just a straight $1 million. Let's be honest here.
She has to die because she pushed the button. And he even says, like, I think you're both amazing people. I'm so sad that you pushed the button. Because as I've gotten to know you, I now like you, I guess.
Yes.
Just because he had 1-2 conversations with
Oh,
Cameron.
if we had met maybe earlier and I could have been like, don't push the button. Now, did I have a situation where I wanted you to push the button and I did everything in my power for you to push the button? Yes. If you hadn't pushed the button, would I have been like, please push the button,
I pretty much forced your hand. I'm sorry.
Yes. And if you hadn't right away, I would have figured out some way for you to get you to push the button.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man. But you feel like that Cameron Diaz discussion with him saying, you can see it affecting him. You know what I mean?
Even though he's acting, pretty.
It's showing
minimally.
him that she has a good heart. She's not like a bad person, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like maybe that should have had an effect on things.
Had an effect on how the movie plays out.
And maybe that's the point. It's just like you can't affect it, and it's kind of just cruel in a way, where it's like there's nothing you could have done to have changed this outcome.
Yeah.
But it is revealed that at the beginning of the movie that as soon as they push the button,
the previous family will be in this same situation of either your child or your partner.
Yeah. 'cause
Now,
you see
the
the cops
movie-
show up.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the movie tends to posit that they are perfectly synced with the button pushing.
Yes.
So like when the person
Yeah.
pushes the button, Cameron Diaz gets shot. Do you think Frank Langella is like, oh, wait, one more second.
Hold on.
Oh, damn it.
Wait.
Yeah, can we talk about this wallpaper on your wall? Where did you get
Did
it?
you get that? Okay, I gotta leave. Bye.
Yeah.
Just like
Now
you
you
were-
should shoot them. One
Like
moment,
you were
please.
saying about like he says that he's like just like a messenger, so he has been like possessed by this alien who just has magical powers, so we don't even know all of what he can do.
Yeah, so it's like he says that he's just James Marsden puts the gun against his head and he's
Yeah.
like, you can kill me, but then you'll be arrested for the murder of Arlington, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What it was. And then they'll
just send another
he keeps mentioning his employers,
Yeah.
right? So, even though he is an alien,
I'm just a middleman following orders.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that, like, if they hadn't pushed the button, does that break the chain? Like, because
They
there's no one to
don't-
kill at that
it's-
point.
It's not clear. I feel like they would just pick someone else, right? Wait, but then
No,
they can't because
yeah.
it's like connected.
Well, they-
Oh, I
have
guess if you
multiple
bring it to the
boxes.
next person, it's whoever pressed the button last.
Yeah, and they do
would
have
die.
multiple boxes out
Wait,
there.
but
I
who
guess.
if you're the first person to get to push the button? Who dies?
Well, who knows?
Oh, they
man.
do. Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe they just have they're just scattering them all over the place, basically. Is he going to go around like one by one to all these damn places?
Yeah.
like,
That's
oh
his
my
job.
God.
It's full-time job. Talking.
Listen, if it was
boxes.
up to me, I wouldn't want to do this, but I'm just following orders.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so then there's a big, huge, drawn-out thing where he has to be like, "I love you,"
I love you.
and
And they are
make
not.
out
They are
and-
not like selling it.
I felt like when they kissed for the last time, I kind of bought it, but maybe that was just sexual tension that the
You
actors
just had
had.
Stockholm syndrome by that point, like an
Yeah.
hour and 50 minutes in.
Yeah, but so
Yeah,
he
James.
shoots her.
He has to be the one to do it too. She says, "Well, I'm just going to kill myself because James Marsden
Has to
didn't
be
have
We
him.
didn't make enough fun of Cameron Diaz's
Oh my
hilarious
God.
accent in this
It's-
movie.
She is so one note in this movie. It's not funny.
I see. Remember when she was? I don't think she's particularly good at doing period pieces, but remember when she was in Gangs of New York? She was okay in that. She had
did
like
she have a crazy
period.
accent
She
in
had
that
like an accent in that. Yeah.
Did she? I don't
And
remember
this
it.
is. I feel like this is like.
I just remember her
accurate.
face being all dirtied up.
Yeah, this is like I guess like accurate, but it feels really fake. this
Yeah,
accent.
she's not selling it, and she's not selling
She's
it.
trying to do like a Southern Belle.
It feels like a barrier to the character.
But
like,
nobody else in this movie has this accent. So
No.
why are you doing it? Like,
Well, I
why?
think the idea is that, like, I was reading about it, that it's supposed to indicate that she came from somewhere else that was maybe poor.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
so
she.
Southern means poor.
Yeah, because she
I
kinda
think that's what they're
plays it-
trying to indicate. Or like,
Oh boy.
But she's
Yeah.
like, I was gonna say she's playing it a little dumb, but she's like a professor or like a teacher at a private
Yeah,
school.
she actually is supposed to be.
but
like,
she has that club foot. Oh,
She's a monster. But
that's how the movie presents her.
man, oh man, but it's
Pretty
funny.
much.
Yeah, he makes that prosthesis for her just out of like rubber, using in NASA materials, by the way.
Yeah.
And then she's fine. She can she doesn't have a limp anymore. And it's like, couldn't you get
So
this?
that was solved.
Can you
Yeah.
get this done somewhere else? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
or sooner or something. And also, her tragic backstory is doctor's negligence. So she broke a couple toes as a kid, and they left the X-ray machine on too long, and she lost all her toes, I think, except her big one. Then they're like, "Well, did you sue the hospital?" And they're like, "Yes, we did, and we got $100,000." But yet they're still like needing this million, I guess. So.
No, I think it was like.
Or was it less than
It was
that?
way less. Yeah, it was like.
But this is 1970s, so
it
it wasn't
was-
like we got like $750.
It was like something
like,
laughable. It was like
10,000.
1,000 or 10,000. Yeah, something
Still
like
a
that.
lot more back then.
Did he put her foot in a X-ray box?
Yes.
Do
An
you-
X-ray, big box.
Do you know they used to have those at like shoe stores back in the day?
Really? You get an
X-rays?
X-ray of your foot?
Yeah, they were playing like fast and loose with X-rays and like radium
They
and shit
didn't know.
back in the 50s and 40s or whatever. But you'd go to like your shoe store and they had like a fucking like X-ray box that they could like take
Was
an
this
X-ray.
when you were a kid?
No,
Okay.
goddamn.
Well, I
April,
honestly
April,
don't
I'm not allowed to
know.
make those jokes anymore. I was thinking them, but I didn't
are you
vocalize
talking-
them.
Are you talking about like the 1900s? I really don't know.
This was like
No, 1950s.
Yeah,
I
it was
think,
like
right? Yeah.
30s.
Like, is this like the Nick time?
Everybody
or
was like
after?
radiation crazy and like technology.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
the radiation's making me crazy.
Yeah, you Google it. And you can look it up. You stick your foot in this X-ray machine. They're like, we got to find the perfect fit. It's like, or you just get a ruler and measure.
At the Hoka
old-fashioned
stores in Toronto, the shoe store, they have a machine that'll measure your foot size.
Really?
Like
know
you
there
just
were
stand on
Hoka
it. Yeah, I
stores.
don't think it's blasting you with radiation, but
Let's hope.
Do you remember those like big metal contraptions?
of course, yeah. They still exist.
Yeah, I
Are
remember
we still
those.
doing that?
So what is your guys' favorite thing? I said the nail polish.
Jeez.
I really did like her nails. I love, as you know, I love nails.
Well,
so.
aside from the wallpaper, I'm gonna say that I loved. Okay, even though it didn't work in the movie, I did like the soundtrack. Oddly,
maybe separated or in a different movie could have worked for you.
yeah, it had a tone that I kind of liked. Like I liked the vibe of it. It was kind of creepy.
Sometimes
and
there were cool vibes, I will say. Like
Yeah.
I said, a couple of interesting shots in the library.
weird. Few and
stuff
far
like that.
between, though.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, I like that the visual look made me think, oh man, we should do Ultraviolet on this podcast. that movie.
Man, talk about a blown out movie.
Oh no.
But also something I genuinely like is James Marsden going, "We'll always have Mars." And I was like, oh, I guess.
What does he mean by that?
I
Like we
did,
can keep studying it, or
I also, did like Frank Langella. I think he had, I don't know, a presence that the movie was lacking, I think. And I did like his creepy CGI face from certain angles. I thought it was very well done from certain angles. April doesn't know what
Well
to
in
say.
thought, thinking about the box now.
The box,
always gonna be
eh?
thinking about the box. Well, again, I'm happy that
What's
I
in the
finally,
box? I
we
didn't say that.
Jeez.
till
You didn't
now.
make that joke yet. What's in the box?
boy.
But yeah, now I finally know what this movie is because I had no idea.
You were
that
so
this
surprised.
Was this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When this
Now you can
ended,
Close the box on the box.
yeah,
Exactly.
And on his career.
Yeah, and I will watch
peace.
Southland Tales again
I wonder
someday.
what do you do as a director in his position, like for a living anymore?
You could be doing commercials.
Or television even.
Or he's not doing television though. He has no credits.
Yeah.
like
he could be teaching as well.
Like, how do you, you direct
How do you
3
recover,
movies that were kind of bombs, like the second and third one anyway, but like, how do you make a living anymore?
And he could
I'm
also
sure
be
he's
doing
fine.
work on stuff that is not being made. Like he could be a ghostwriter on things.
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
he did write Domino, the Tony Scott
Did he
film.
really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, shit. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so I'm sure he is just working, or maybe he's working under a pseudonym, because his name
Maybe.
is trash now. But yeah, I mean,
Wow, harsh.
Like honestly, like if you are like me and you didn't know that this was Richard Kelly Volume 3. I would say check
Volume
this out.
3.
Check it out. But otherwise, I think you're fine to skip it. But if you want to watch it, you can rent it on Apple Movies.
I wouldn't mind checking out the Twilight Zone episode now.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
we could probably find
Would
it
it be even
somewhere,
better?
probably
It's
on
like,
YouTube.
yes,
yeah.
this is, 22-minute episode.
Directed by Peter Medak, who also did The Changeling with George C. Scott.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it probably is pretty good.
How long was the episode? Does it say?
Probably 22 minutes. Unless, no, I think it was the 90s where the Twilight Zone were an hour, right?
No, I think it was earlier than that. In
Okay,
the-
it was earlier than that.
The original run, yeah, they experimented with 1 hour episode seasons, and I don't think it went over. very well.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to email the podcast, we're at nosuchthingasabadmovie@gmail.com. We're on Instagram and Bluesky, and also on YouTube
And Boxagram.
No Such Thing Pod. And if you want to, we're also on Patreon, patreon.com/No Such Thing As a Bad Movie. If you're subscribed at the $5 level, you will get a bonus mini episode every 2 weeks. And so there's lots of good stuff on there. Come check it out. And if you want to find me, I'm on Bluesky and Instagram and YouTube as well, just at April at Mansky.
You can follow me anywhere at Justin Decloux, DECLOUX, on any of the social medias. And you can also listen to me every week on the Important Cinema Club podcast.
You can find me on the social medias. I'm Sergeant Zima, SGTZIMA. Wait, Sergeant Zima, SGTZIMA.
You got it.
If you want, if you want to contact me, you can send a message into my mailbox.
Yeah, we have a mailbox.
No joke there.
No, it's my mailbox.
Thanks for joining
my water
us.
box.
My water
And then
box.
teleport
Thanks
it
for
to me.
joining us. Hey, There's a lot of boxes out there. It's up to
Boxing.
you how to fill them.
Or we watch.
Oh, wow. I like April figuring out a new end tagline based on the movie in every episode.
Or we.
I'm April at Mansky.
I'm Justin Clue.
I'm Colin Cunningham. We go to an arena and we watch people box.
There you go.
We watch two men box.
And remember, there's no such thing as a bad box. I mean movie.
There's
Woo!
the box jellyfish is very dangerous.
What's in the box?
Oh, God.
Very good.